Hello and welcome to MD Referrals, 3 simple steps to begin generating at least 10 per month in your practice. Over the next 30 minutes, you are going to discover everything you need to know to begin generating MD referrals. And in my opinion, this is one of the most lucrative and largest opportunities out there that chiropractors have to build and grow their practice in a scalable way. Now, why am I an expert on this topic? Well, I literally wrote the book called Marketing Chiropractic to Medical Doctors. I've helped thousands of chiropractors generate tens of thousands of medical referrals, and a lot of this stemmed from me seeing what happens on the other side. I practiced in 2 very large, very prominent orthopedic groups, and I got to see from the inside out exactly how medical doctors, MDs, DOs, and everybody else on the healthcare and medical team were making referral decisions. So with that, I was able to reverse engineer the exact process we're going to go through today that has helped so many chiropractors build referral relationships around the world. And a lot of this, as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. When I started in those orthopedic groups, I didn't have any patients. And they controlled so much of the marketing that I needed to get my own business and practice going. This is not something that I learned in chiropractic school. It's not something you learn in chiropractic school. It's probably not anything you've learned anywhere else as well. So this is really an opportunity to turn off the phone, close the email, and really hone in on how you can build great relationships that last a lifetime in your practice. We're going to go through all of the details in this webinar. So over the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn and discover my exact 3-step strategy on how to generate at least 10 referrals per month without spending money on lunches that just don't work. We've probably all been there. Trying to sell chiropractic, which never comes off well. It always is uncomfortable and very rarely works. Without having to change how you practice. This is not about molding who you are to something else. This is about, as I like to say, finding your dance partners. Who are those people in your community that already have your ideal patients in their practice? I don't care if they're an MD, a DO, a midwife, a doula, a sports medicine doctor. We'll talk more about that later, but this is not about changing how you practice. This is actually about emphasizing the uniqueness of who you are and what you do, and finding those people in your community who resonate with that. This also is about generating referrals without needing to be overly extroverted. There are a lot of chiropractors out there that tend to lean a little bit more on the introverted side. Now, if you are extroverted, awesome. That may or may not make the process even easier for you as you get out there. But if you're not, don't stress about it. Having a system and a process is what generates results. So if you're not extroverted, systems and processes make things easy. You get to check down that list. That's how I did it as a natural introvert. And if you're extroverted, this is going to make having a system and a process just accelerates your results that much more. So does this work is a question that often comes up, and some of the answers are right there. We have Dr. Boyle averaging 30 referrals per month from local providers, including, you can see there, family physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, orthopedists, physical therapists, massage therapists. We also have down below another 18 referrals last month from MDs, a new high since re-implementing the program. By the end of the September, they had 58 referrals. And this year, they're up 90 over the same amount of time last year. So think about you and your practice, and we'll talk about this in a moment, but how many referrals are you getting? There are docs out there getting and generating 20, 10, I'm being conservative, 18, 25, 30 referrals per month that cost no money in advertising, that are built upon relationships, and that can last a whole career. So is the opportunity out there? Absolutely, but it's not going to happen on its own. Hardly anybody in your community, other healthcare providers, know who you are and what you do unless you're proactively taking the steps necessary to overcome that knowledge difference and helping them understand exactly who to send into your practice. Because when you do that, you too can generate 10, 15, 20, 25, even 30 or more referrals each and every month. But it's not going to happen on its own. You have to take action to get the results that you desire. So the average chiropractor that utilizes the system we're going to discuss today generates at least 10 new MD referrals each and every month. Now, what does that look like in terms of bottom line? Well, you can put your own numbers in here, but it's important to frame this out so you really understand the opportunity that you're leaving on the table if you're not doing this in your practice. 10 referrals per month. I'm going to ask you, what's the average case value of somebody who comes into your practice? Some of you out there, it might be $700 or $800. Others, it might be $2,000 or more. But let's average it out at about a $1,000 case. That is $10,000 plus in new practice profit each and every month as you generate the systems to have referrals coming in week after week, month after month, year after year, by building relationships with other healthcare providers in your community. And again, this is not about buying lunches. This is not about being super extroverted. This is not about selling chiropractic. This is about having the correct and proven systems to make it happen so you can get some of the results that we saw just on that previous screen. So you can do it. There's no question about it. I have yet to find, I've worked with chiropractors around the world, nearly, I think all 50 states, 6 of the 7 continents out there. And this system of relationship building works regardless of whether or not you have a big hospital system in your community, regardless of what the insurance mix looks like, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in Mexico, whether in the US, Great Britain, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong. These tenets of relationship building work, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it during this webinar. So why should you build referral relationships? This is one of the most important things out there, and I've been speaking up about this more and more as time goes on. It's our responsibility as chiropractors to get out there and bridge the gap. Why? Because too many people in your community are suffering, if nothing else. Now, does it benefit your practice? Absolutely. But many of us get into this profession because we care about people in our community. We want to make our community healthier. And if you don't do this, too many people are going the other way. What do I mean by the other way? I mean, there are over 1 million elective spine surgeries performed each and every year. Over 100,000 hospitalizations due to NSAID use. Over 25 million epidural steroid injections given in the spine with very little proof of efficacy and very, very little guideline recommendations. And there's over 130 deaths occurring each and every day due to opioids. So with 90% of people having neuromusculoskeletal issues at some point in their life, with less than 5% of those people needing emergent care, this is a big deal. Can and should your practice be full? Absolutely. Should you be generating more referrals into your practice? Absolutely. Is the alternative, if you don't get out there and build these relationships, think about what people in your community, what options are they receiving? Because chances are they're going to fall into these buckets. This is why I'm so passionate about relationship building. Is it great for your practice? Absolutely. Is it great for your community? It's even better for your community because you can help people avoid what you see on the screen here, but it's not going to happen. There are people in your community right now getting poor advice and not being referred into your practice when they should be, and that needs to change. So what does this show right here? Well, we know through the research that over 95% of medical doctors are asked about chiropractic. Yes, you heard that right. Over 95% of medical doctors are asked about chiropractic, yet only about 10% have ever referred to a chiropractor. That's the bad news. The good news is that gap is your opportunity. We know 30% of a primary care doctor's daily visits are related to neuromusculoskeletal care. We know a fraction of them are emergent, have red flags. So that means a majority should be referred into your practice. That is the gap of opportunity exists right now. Your other healthcare providers in your community, MDs, DOs, they're being asked about chiropractic each and every day, and yet many are not referring into your practice. I want to change that. I think you want to change that, which is why you're here today. And that's why we're going to go through these critically important steps. So are you happy with the amount of referrals you're getting each and every month? I know that I can say early on in my career, the answer was absolutely not. We just looked at many of the facts and figures which support the idea that people should be referred into your practice as you build relationships with 2, 3, 4, or even just 5 healthcare providers in your community, and they refer in one patient a week. This can dramatically transform your practice. Why? Because referred patients are also way more compliant. They're not coming in skeptical. They're coming in ready to receive care, ready to receive your recommendations, and they're a lot of fun to take care of. So if you are not happy with the amount of referrals you're getting each and every month, maybe you have a trickle, but you want to turn that faucet up. Maybe you've had 0 to 1. I often speak with chiropractors. I ask them how many referrals, and it's, well, 1 comes in every now and again. You can change that, but you have to have systems and processes to do it. So imagine what your practice would look like if you started receiving a steady flow of referred patients each and every week. Yes, it would benefit you financially. You would be able to achieve far more income in your practice, but you also would, maybe even more importantly, be able to change more people's lives. You'd build your impact to a level that has never been seen before. The opportunity is there. You just need to get out there and grab it. So in my opinion, it's time that you became the go-to chiropractor in your community. We're going to shatter some myths and showcase the 3 big steps to doing this. That's me with a local orthopedic surgeon here in my house. I had him over for a podcast. I have personally taken, I estimate, 500 plus meetings with other healthcare providers and generated thousands of my own referrals and tens of thousands for other chiropractors utilizing the system we're going to talk about today. So is this a proven system? Yes. Is there anybody that has a more robust yet simple to follow system? Absolutely not. Because at the Evidence-Based Chiropractor, we've been doing this longer and at a higher level than everybody else. So step number 1 is sending case notes. There are 3 steps we're going to discuss today. Step number 1 is sending case notes. And if you roll your eyes because case notes have taken you one of 2 things, far too long to ship out your front door. In other words, they take too long to create, or you've sent them in the past and not received anything back and you think it's a waste of time. It's a system and a process issue, not a case note issue. Why? Because case notes are a great way to showcase that you co-manage and to showcase the great results you get in your practice. They are the ultimate business-to-business testimonial that you are not doing right now. Potentially you have inactive patients that number 100, maybe 1,000, maybe some of you, if you've been in practice a while, 10,000. If you've never sent a case note or you've sent a case note on 1% of those people, you've missed out on hundreds, if not thousands of opportunities to showcase that you co-manage, to showcase that you get great results, and that needs to change. So here's the anatomy of a great case note. At the top, I always say have the core 4. You want to have patient name, data, service, diagnosis, and treatment plan. Patient name, data, service, diagnosis, and treatment plan, and a concise narrative down below. If case notes have took you too long to get out your front door, too long to create, then your template is not done well. It doesn't need to be overly complicated. As a matter of fact, the doctors you're sending these to are super busy. So keep it 1 page or less, include the core 4, have a concise narrative, and begin showing other docs in your community that you're actively co-managing. I would suspect right now you've taken care of hundreds of patients, co-managed with other docs, and neither of you know it. This is absolute craziness, yet it happens every day. Today's the day that's changing for you. So that's the anatomy of a great case note. Step number 2 is all around monthly research. This is your marketing. Monthly research is designed to fill in the gaps between case notes. When you send monthly research, you are able to stay top of mind, you're able to relationship build, and you're able to really keep your name in a professional way in front of these other healthcare providers in your community. Now here you see the template that we use at the Evidence-Based Chiropractor. I have seen, I'll readily admit, plenty of ripoffs of this template that are not done very well by some other companies. The template is key, design is critical, and what you put there matters. So we have refined this over the course of over a decade. Practice info, everything we deliver to our members is personalized at the top. We cite a single peer-reviewed piece of research highlighting why it matters, the impact points, with a nice chart and graph at the bottom that gives you the opportunity to stay top of mind, communicate, and fill in the holes between case notes. Here's the story, and this is just the truth. People are super busy, and if you are not able to stay top of mind at least every 30 days, you are going to have a hard time building a relationship. Case notes might ebb and flow depending upon who you're actively co-managing. How do you mitigate that? You mitigate that with monthly research briefs. These are some of the most important aspects of relationship building because you get it out to that target list and you ultimately see the results because you're driving the action to get the results. And step number 3 is all about meetings. And I'm not talking about awkward meetings. Again, I'm not talking about buying lunch. I'm not talking about anything but building relationships. So there are 4 steps to MD meeting success. They are scheduling the meeting, asking the right questions, bring the right collateral, and then following up. Now with the evidence-based chiropractor, we go through all of this in supreme detail, but regarding the meeting, with scripting, with templates, everything you need, but regarding the meeting, I want to provide you with the most powerful question you can ask anytime you meet another healthcare provider, and that is, have you ever worked with or referred to a chiropractor in the past? Have you ever worked with or referred to a chiropractor in the past? This is a powerful question that gives you the opportunity to differentiate yourself. It also gives you the opportunity to understand exactly what that other healthcare professional's experience is within chiropractic, and that is a powerful way to begin building a relationship. So we go through all of that and much more. How do you answer that? What if there's a negative response? We address all of that within the evidence-based chiropractor. But on this webinar, I want you to really, really understand that that is the most powerful question you can ask. So when we talk about the process to generate consistent referrals, what are they in a nutshell? Number 1, case notes. Number 2, marketing research briefs. And number 3, meetings. Each one has a how and a why. We've touched on them lightly, but let's revisit. Case notes, why do you send them? You send them to showcase co-management and to highlight great patient results. How? With the 4 key facts, or the 4 core: patient name, date of service, diagnosis, treatment plan. With monthly marketing research briefs, those are a monthly cadence. Why do you send them? To stay top of mind. And consistency equals success. If you are not reaching out each and every month, you are going to have a hard time finding success. How? By highlighting one peer-reviewed study each month in a single page. That is what we deliver. You're free to search PubMed, interpret the research, build your own. I think you have better things to do, aka patient care. Let the experts handle that, which is what we do. Meetings, they accelerate your rapport building. You also get to learn more about their practice. The meeting is not necessarily at all about selling your practice. It's about understanding whether they're a good partner for you. Far too many chiropractors go through their entire career referring people out to other practices, not knowing if they'd ever go there themselves. Your patients trust you when you make a referral, or when you guide them away from a practice that you know is guideline discordant, not doing the right things, and quite frankly, not providing optimal care. You have to have the relationship to understand that. The beauty of getting out there and taking meetings and going through this process is not only do you find your dance partners, you are also able to discover who you never would work with, and that is a great thing for you and your community and patients, because it enables you to best guide and direct who they are, where they go to, and the care that they receive. And how do you do that? With specific scripting to your target list. We touched on one of those super impactful questions. However, there's an entire process to a meeting that's a little deep to go into on today's webinar. But those are the 3 key components. So, Doc, my question for you is can I ask you a question? And let me ask you a question. And if building relationships sounds like something you'd like to do, if seeing more patients come into your practice that were referred, that are ready to receive care sounds good to you, what if you could fast track those results? What if you were able to really accelerate the progress of this, not having to figure everything out on your own, but having a proven system to help get you the results as quickly and as efficiently as possible? Well, the question really becomes then, how many referrals would you like to generate each and every month? We talked about that $1,000 case value. Well, 5 referrals per month could add $5,000 to your profitability. 10 referrals, $10,000. 30 referrals, $30,000. You can do the math based upon your averages, but needless to say, looking at these numbers, I think it's pretty clear this is an avenue that if you haven't taken advantage of, you are missing a huge opportunity. So it's your choice. If you want to get struggling with the results, then you can do it yourself. It's slow, it's difficult, but if you'd like to get the best results as quickly as possible, then I'm going to encourage you to take the evidence-based chiropractor in our company up on our offer to help. We're going to make things faster and easier for you. And you can do this yourself, but it is hard. Figuring all this out is over a decade in the making. All of our systems and processes are refined to ensure that you are able to generate the best results in the shortest amount of time possible. So how can we help you with our MD Referral Program? It includes the step-by-step training, modules that take you from launch to success. Everything you need, reports, templates, guides, and modules, everything from building your target list, executing those case notes, taking the meetings, the monthly research themselves. I also go through a 30-minute call with every new member to ensure we dial in this process for you in your practice. And of course, you receive our awesome personalized monthly marketing research briefs to ensure the highest level of success. Now, we can help you. What does this look like? Everything you see here. Total value on everything that we provide is over $3,500, but we are not going to charge you that. You will receive white labeled research briefs, 1 per month, 5 modules, a copy of Marketing Chiropractic to Medical Doctors, access to our mastermind group, quick start guide, an MD presentation, the 30-minute call, case notes templates, meeting templates, icebreaker templates, discharge notes templates, and much more, including an exclusive documentation module as well. So the value on this is over $3,500. That is not what we're going to charge. You are also, if you decide to take action today, I love people who want to take action. I'm going to hook everybody up with our referral marketing starter kit. This includes a folder template, a referral pad template, and a curriculum vitae template. This is awesome. It is really the complete package. This is sold separately for $50. We're going to provide it to you today if you take action and become a member of the Smart Chiropractor. Now, what does that look like? Is it $3,800? Absolutely not. This is $71 per month. For only $71 per month, you're going to gain access to the MD Referral Program, which provides you every single thing you need to build referral relationships in your community. Step-by-step training modules, physician marketing kit, research briefs, reports, templates, guides, the one-on-one implementation call, and the documentation series. All you have to do is hold your phone up to the screen, scan that QR code. That will bring you to the webinar special page. This is only available for you because you took time to learn and discover how to do this, and I want to ensure that you take the action to get the results. So you can scan that QR code. That will get you to the page to get started. Fill out your information, click, and you will have near immediate access to everything you need to get started. If today is not the day for you to get started, that is okay. Sign up. The modules are self-paced. You can walk through them. We have made it as easy and simple as possible for you to start building relationships in your community. This can transform your practice by generating more referrals, having a system to drive consistent results, and help more people discover chiropractic care so they don't end up in that journey we discussed earlier. And that's happening far too often in far too many places around the world. So if building referral relationships, if generating monthly referrals, if increasing profitability and revenue sound like great things to you, then you're going to want to sign up for the MD Referral Program in our webinar special for only $71 per month. You can scan that QR code to get started. You will have access again to all of the training modules, the physician marketing kit, research briefs that come out monthly, reports, templates, and guides to make the process simple and easy. A one-on-one implementation call with me where we will dial this in for your practice, as well as an exclusive documentation series. There is nothing like the Evidence-Based Chiropractor MD Referral Program. We have helped more chiropractors around the world generate more referrals than anybody else. So if you have tried to build referral relationships in the past and just were unable to get over the hump, you probably have a system and a process issue. We can help. If you are new to this and just have never tried, save yourself a ton of time, effort, energy, and money. Sign up and understand, learn from us on exactly how to do this, where we can walk you through the process so that you get the best results in the quickest amount of time possible. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, pick up that phone, scan that QR code, get started with the Evidence-Based Chiropractor MD Referral Program, and start filling your practice with more referred patients. As a chiropractor, I think it is about time we all stepped forward, we stood up, we build relationships, and ultimately impact more people in our community. So I look forward to seeing you inside the Evidence-Based Chiropractor. I look forward to hearing about the transformation that occurs in your practice as more referrals come in. I know the people in your community are counting on you, and I absolutely cannot wait to work with you and help you build more referrals coming into your practice each and every month. Have an awesome day, and I will talk to you soon.